right, thank you, Sylvia. On behalf of Clean, we're extremely grateful that Sylvia Brody and Toxic Action Committee, Toxic Action Organization, along with some of the people that we're working with, such as the New Bedford Educators Association, and its president Lou St. John, as well as attorney Steve Fishback from Rhode Island. And we're grateful for these partnerships in assisting us here in New Bedford with this highly contaminated toxic school sites, including New Bedford High School, which is directly behind you, and Keith Middle School there. And these borders that you're looking at from beginning at Hathaway Street there completely over to the Potter Street project and those public housing as well are all areas of concern that we have in terms of contamination. Clean is committed to making the Parker Street neighborhood a safe and healthy place to live and work. We are all alarmed that the city is still finding new sources of toxic contamination at New Bedford and Keith Middle School, the Andre McCoy Complex, and the Paul Walsh Field. After spending millions of dollars on cleanup, we still have a great environmental problem. So we are also lobbying and expect that both the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the DEP, the federal EPA, the Environmental Protective Agency, and the City of New Bedford does due diligence in working to evaluate, test, and clean all of the contamination in this area, as well as other areas. And we also would like to say we need the city to develop a plan to either permanently clean up the contamination or demolish New Bedford High School. That's my statement, and I think that we will be hearing from Carol Strzeski, who is the Secretary of Clean, who also taught at New Bedford High School for 31 years, and there is no one probably in our group or any group that is more familiar with the issues surrounding contamination.
Good morning, my name is Carol, and I have real concerns about the inside as well as the outside of New Bedford High School. When New Bedford High School first opened in 1972, shortly thereafter, we had several faculty members who developed a bout of cancer within the short period of time that they were in this building. We as a faculty started surmising that there was a problem at New Bedford High School. And that was way back in the later part of the 1970s and the early part of the 1980s. And here today, we are trying to remedy the situation. I, as a teacher in the building, have been exposed to a lot of different contamination, not knowing what was going on. And recently we found out about the VOCs with the water seeping into the receiving area of the school. How many other times has this happened? I mentioned about this as pit meetings. I have been doing some of my own outsourced research, and from the time I have been doing this, a short period of time, I found out that there were 55 people who worked in New Bedford's high school who passed away because of cancer. They all worked in different parts of the building, on different floors in the building, and from different departments. I also found out there are about 35 people who have undergone or undergoing cancer treatment as I speak to you today. You know, we do have problems. One of my main concerns is when I found out that the building materials in the school contain PCBs. The chairs we sat on, the cabinetry, the maskings, these ceilings. The older the building gets, the more these problems are going to occur as things start breaking down. People in the building, as well as students and their parents, need to know what's going on. I realize the efforts that the City of New Bedford is making along with the Department of Environmental Protection and the EPA were trying to remedy the situation, but it's going to be here for a long time. It all needs to be taken care of. One cannot replace one's good health. That is a priceless commodity. Once your health is compromised, it will never be straightened out. There are many rooms in New Bedford High School that do not have windows. On every first floor in each house, the 117 are classrooms without windows. In the core, you have the inside science rooms without windows. The nurse's office has no windows. Sometimes the exhaust from the trucks when they're delivering supplies of diesel fuel is filtering into the building. Our D block classrooms, D122, I know, has no windows. What's going on? The air filter system should be changed regularly. I can tell you, as a classroom teacher, every time they open my air vent up and the filter in there was hot. So that means that wasn't changing on a daily basis. I know my own house, my heat is hot air. I have to change my air filter in my furnace periodically to have a clean, healthy, safe environment. And I think everyone in the Bedford High School should have a clean, healthy, safe environment for learning and working. Everyone's health is at risk.